Hello, welcome back. This is Kenshin1913,
And I'm Ghosty Films.
and we're Let's Playing STWF
3000.
JK. So yeah, I decided for the rest of this Let's Play we won't talk about ST, which is the
Street
universe that we are playing this game in.
Really?
I thought that we could try and test ourselves to see if we cannot use the ST word through the remainder of the game.
What's the ST word?
Star Wars.
Isn't that SW?
Oh, fuck. Well, we already failed. Let's just continue doing what we were doing before.
Alright.
Anyways, in the last episode, I believe we were in some sort of thing, and now we're gonna be in a different thing. Need me to move that out some. And now we're gonna thing it up. We're actually gonna put that thing where it came from. So yeah, Dan, it's been a while. How was your Christmas and New Year's and all that?
I didn't really do anything for Christmas. I went to my aunt's house for New Year's though.
Yeah.
And I drank a whole bunch of beer.
Yeah.
And I played some guitar with my Uncle Joe. Actually, I have a drum that I ordered from India on eBay called the tabla drum, and I brought that, and he was playing the drum, and I was playing the guitar. So it was pretty fun.
Yeah, that must have been a hootenanny, huh, Dan?
Yeah, a real hoot and a holler.
Yeah.
A nanny.
And so, yeah, we both did get the opportunity to see the Force Awakens, but I don't really want to talk about it. Not
Why?
Not that I didn't like it. I did like it a lot, but I just figured, we're too. At this point, it still could be spoilers and stuff, so I don't want to talk about it. Let's just say I enjoyed it. Dan, did you? Dan liked parts of it.
I didn't like the little ET lady.
Oh, okay. No, that's good enough.
And I didn't, and some of the monster when they met Han Solo, the CGI monster, I thought that was kind of
they
dumb.
met Han Solo?
Yeah.
He wasn't in the trailers at all, Dan.
Yeah, he was. Remember, they were like, Chewie, we're home.
See, I don't remember any of that, Dan.
Right after that, there was a CGI monster.
I don't remember.
I didn't like that, but that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I didn't really like.
Yeah, but no, Dan. Han Solo wasn't gonna be in this one.
When he showed up, he crashed the movie.
Oh, great. You know what else I heard wasn't in this movie either, Dan? Chewbacca.
Yeah, he wasn't in it.
All these trailers, they were showing guys that weren't in any of the other movies.
Yeah, few people realize that Chewbacca started his own real estate business.
Yeah.
And so he was selling affordable homes on Kashyyyk.
He decided to go home and start up real estate.
So neither of those guys were really in the movie that much.
There's a lot of pressure to sell real estate, especially now.
Yeah.
Especially after the fall of the housing bubble in 2000.
He had that even go through the wall.
The housing bubble of 2007.
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
The home planet of the Wookiees has a huge housing bubble.
Yeah. Chewbacca had a hard time, selling stuff. One thing I will mention about the new movie is it is about 2 hours and 16 minutes long. Just in case you haven't seen it yet.
You know what? I find that sometimes a lot of the terminology and a lot of the legalese involved in buying and selling houses is kind of difficult to understand. And when the real estate agent is just going and ripping people's arms out of their sockets, it can be it just adds a whole nother level of confusion. A whole other level of confusion, I should say.
Yeah, because there's already a lot of confusion, like buying the house and making sure that, this is the way it's coming. Are they going to fix anything before you move in? All that stuff, because you got to get like a...
Got to get an inspector.
Yeah, you got to get a housing inspector. There's a lot of ins and outs that just aren't explained very well by
There's a lot of frustration involved that maybe a Wookiee's temperamental disposition might not be good.
Yeah, you got killed. Did you see that, Dan?
Yeah, I got killed.
You went, you almost did a Chewbacca impression. Yeah. That kind of sounds more like you're drowning.
like merman.
Yeah. You
Well,
kinda-
maybe I specialize in Wookiee impressions.
Yeah, I figured you did.
Some Wookiees probably like to swim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they love it.
Do you think that if
There's all that hair and stuff?
I bet like Wookiee swimming pool cleaning businesses do really well on Kashyyyk, the home planet of the Wookiees.
See, no, I don't think so, Dan.
They've got
'cause a
hair
lot-
all clogging up the drains.
Well, yeah, definitely. Wookiee plumbers. Because Wookiees aren't animals, Dan. They poop indoors.
Yeah, they poop on toilets.
Yeah, indoors on stuff. But yeah, Wookiees they like their indoor plumbing, and yeah, when they take showers, yeah, a lot of hair,
shit.
a lot of hair gets in there.
How did I?
Hey, look, there's a guy.
I don't
Dan,
know
you're in
how-
a deep, dark area.
Yeah, I don't know how I walked right into that trap that I knew was coming. I'm like, this is where the kill dragons are, and then I just bumped into one.
Mhm. Well, Dan, you're probably thinking all that Wookiee real estate you want to get your hands on.
Yeah. I'd like to live in a giant tree fort.
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're gonna turn on Jedi Sight or Jedi Boner Pill. Did the Jedis have boner pills?
Gosh, I hope so.
They probably used the Force to get an erection, right?
Yep.
Like Count Dooku, you remember him? He was an old guy. He probably had to use the Force quite a bit to get up with the ladies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then when the Force kept his boner up for more than 4 hours, he had to seek Yoda's help.
Oh yeah. I think that's the disclaimer on the bottle.
Yeah.
Like if your Jedi erection is going strong for
If
more
the
than
Force-
4 hours,
If the Force is keeping you harder for more than 4 hours,
seek
seek
Yoda's attention.
Yoda. You wouldn't know how many times Yoda. You wouldn't know how many times Yoda had to fucking deal with that.
Oh yeah.
He's like, hard you must be. Then he would have to do like his Force thing, and then your boner shrinks. It's pretty funny, Dan.
Mm.
The other shift, right?
Is there another? There's not another tab, is there?
No. Why? What you gotta do? You gotta jump over him?
I was looking for the map.
No, look, there's another guy there, Dan. Shouldn't you use like Force goggles or something? Your goggles, your night vision goggles. Then won't you be able to see him better? There you go, Dan.
How did I get on this side?
I don't know.
I came in through this way. I must have run in the dark, and I must have run past that guy and got in there somehow.
Yeah. Well, good for you, Dan.
I was much more confused than I initially thought I was.
Yeah, well, now you're less confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, Yoda's got to deal with... I feel bad for Yoda, you know?
Yeah.
How many years has he been alive? Over 900 years. And,
You know what? I
he's
always
had to deal with boners for, like, that long? Or did the Star Wars... Or did they learn how to use the Force to get erections, like, just within the past, like, 30, 40 years that he was alive?
maybe.
It's just something to think about. It's like a thought.
Oh, I'm gonna be thinking about that a lot.
It's a thought experiment.
It's gonna be occupying my thoughts
Yeah.
for like large
Yeah,
percentages of my
quantities
time.
of time, like when I should be helping the poor,
Yeah.
maybe going out and feeding the hungry. I'm gonna be like, I
Just
wonder.
gonna have an image of a big green boner in my head.
No, not Yoda. He's the one who's got to stop the boners.
Oh.
I think Yoda got his balls chopped. I think there was an
He's a
episode of Star
eunuch?
Wars where they're like, yeah, Yoda got he's got his balls chopped off. Whatever his balls would be, to be honest.
I wonder if since he's alien,
He's the only
and he's
Yoda
got
I've
weirdly
ever
shaped
seen.
ears. I wonder if Yoda's balls are like square.
I don't know, but he's the only Yoda like guy that I've ever seen. So you know.
There were a couple of them in there.
Oh, there were.
Yeah, in the Phantom Menace, there were some guys.
Oh, there were Lady Yodas.
I don't know if there were Lady Yodas, but there were. There was definitely a guy with a screwed up eye, I think.
Yeah, I always wondered what Yodas looked like younger.
You know what?
Like-
I was thinking the other day that if I ever want, I mean, I'm never gonna write a Star Wars movie, but if I did, I would want to make a Star Wars movie about Yoda because like I didn't like the way they treated him in the Attack of the Clones, and like they were just making him like a ninja, and I always thought that it would be stupid to make him like that because it always seemed like Yoda was a mental creature, and like just to show him swashbuckling just seemed like kind of annoying.
Well, people wanted to see that for sure.
I don't know why.
Because Yoda's awesome.
Like I would have made a movie where Yoda was. Maybe he'd probably have a lightsaber, but he wouldn't use it that way. Like he'd use it a little more. Like he'd use his other Force powers a little bit more. I think if I made the movie, but I'm just a dum dum who is talking and can't actually do what he's saying. So
Yeah. Well, if I was making a Star Wars Yoda movie, I'd make it like 90% love. Right? He's in love and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd make it more like that kind of story.
Like a romance.
Yeah, like a romance story,
Yeah.
like with Yoda.
And who would his romantic partner be?
I don't know, probably a Lady Yoda, right? And before he starts learning the Force or whatever, then his Lady Yoda dies, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna train to be a Jedi, and then he becomes like the best Jedi ever, right?
Oh.
You know?
I was thinking more of like maybe he
Like a
like
buddy
Yoda's
comedy.
lonely and he like goes on this dating website and there's like he gets a message from somebody on I don't know Tatooine and like the movie might be something like Sleepless in Tatooine.
Oh yeah.
And that would be the ad that he responded to.
Oh yeah, it's like you've got mail got you or something. It'd be like whatever Yoda thing.
Yeah, and then like they would have to overcome the challenges of living in two different star systems.
Yeah, right.
Because Yoda like has a really good job on Dagobah or wherever, and like he just not easy for him to and like he's got to learn the Force to overcome the challenge of a long distance relationship.
Right. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
I'd see that movie.
I would see it in a heartbeat.
I know. I would pay like the whatever the introductory price is to see a movie.
Yeah, and it's a movie that everybody can enjoy. Men, women.
Yeah, I know, because men need to know this stuff.
Yeah, we need to know how aliens get it on.
Yeah, and live.
Eat, sleep.
Yeah, I need to know this stuff.
Yeah. Getting it on.
Yeah, oh yeah, getting it on. Like, they could have a good scene where Yoda's just making love to you, I must, you know?
Yeah, make love to you, I must. Yeah, and then there has to be like a gratuitous Yoda butt shot.
Yeah.
Like where he's just strolling past the window in the moonlight, and the moon like just gently caresses his firm Yoda buttocks.
Yeah. Because I always wondered that, like...
that would probably be before he had a cane, though.
Yeah, of course, Dan. He's a young green dude.
He's a strapping young fellow.
Yeah, and he's ready to take on the world.
Yeah.
And then he ends up having... maybe he had a kid with this little Yoda lady, and they died in something, and he's like, oh, maybe if I was a Jedi, I'd be able to save him, or some shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
And then that's how he becomes a Jedi.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Bust a nut, I must.
Yeah. Wife and child died, they did. And so like then that'd make him more tragic.
Yeah.
And then that's why he like told Anakin that he can't like be like a guy, because he's all like, oh, you love your mommy, do you? And then he would tell Anakin a story, I once loved a woman.
Yeah. And he just starts sharing a little bit more than is comfortable.
Yeah. I impregnated her.
Yeah. Slipped one past the goalie, I did.
and Anakin's like, that's why he turned to the dark side. 'Cause he's like,
God damn, these Jedi are fucked up.
You got rid of my childhood.
Yeah.
You got rid of it.
Yeah.
Because you were telling me gratuitous sex. A player I was. Make love with many women, I did.
Freak on the scene I was.
Yeah.
Eating ass I was good at. Man, Yoda, you're filthy.
Yeah, diving at Muff I was I banged many a Wookiee.
Man.
Well, yeah,
This movie's got to be made.
I think
I
so.
hope J.J. Abrams watches this.
I think you know what, I
It's
kind
gotta
of
be his
like.
next project.
I kind of like to see it as like a sexy blaxploitation film. You know what I mean? Like Yoda being like sort of almost pimp. Maybe he learns like Oh, the next movie.
My duty it is to please that booty.
Like the next movie could totally be like if they made like a trilogy of the Yoda movies.
Mm-hmm.
The second one could be him being a player and using his Star Wars or using his Force power to like smack up bitches and hoes.
Yeah. Uh-oh. It looks like Stella's awake. We gotta
Yeah.
stop talking about raunchy stuff.
Yeah.
Probably.
Respect the ladies, I do not.
Ain't loyal, these hoes.
Yeah.
Hi, Stella.
Hi, Stella. Ah, good times with Yoda.
Yeah.
I hope someone has a picture of Yoda as a pin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'd be terrific.
He's already got a cane.
Yeah, I know.
He's probably busted
That's where he
his
got
skull
it
at many
from.
a hoe.
That's where he got it from. He probably... You can't open the gate? You need to climb out? Alright, Dan. Are you ready?
Ready for what?
Solo commentary. I'll be right
man.
back.
I squeezed through. Yeah, Yoda. What a delightful son of a gun. He has so much to teach the world. Whoa. I don't think I even need to cut that, actually. This is like one of the puzzles in the game. I can't even cut this thing? I used to be able to chop this stupid thing. Ah! Oh, man. Uh-oh.
Gates are closed.
What? Use the
The
force?
gates are closed.
Oh.
How we get through?
How we get through? Would you like something to eat? Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back, Pete.
I'm glad you didn't talk any junk about me again.
I was thinking some junk about you, but I didn't say it because I am trying not to be a jerk or something. I don't know. I'm not trying that hard.
Yeah, at least you're not being foul.
Yeah.
While my niece is here.
Yeah.
You're a good man.
Sort of.
Solo action
Sort
again,
of
Dan.
good and sort of like an adult.
Would you like some lunch? You want some tea?
Let's see if I can get through this.
Gonna have some tea?
Whoa!
You wanna make a tea?
There we go. Wow, Pete, we're almost toward the end of the game.
Alright, Dan, that's awesome. This is great. I'm gonna make some tea with my niece and I'll be right over.
Alright. Sometimes you just gotta have a tea party in the middle of oh, shoot.
Here's the teapot. Oh my god.
Alright, so down here, there's gonna be like a Imperial walker, a scout walker, and we gotta shoot it with some bombs. And then we fight the final two bosses of the game.
Is there any scenes there, Dan? We might need to add?
Here he comes.
Who's he?
The Imperial walker.
There's a walker? Like a Walker Texas Ranger?
Yeah.
That's crazy, Dan.
Look at him. He's probably gonna drop kick me upside the head.
Yeah, well, maybe if you were a Wookiee, you would win.
I would swing on a vine and land on top of that thing.
Yeah,
get
and beat
inside.
it. Look at that, you won, Dan. Dan, let's talk about Wookiees really quick.
Alright,
No, Ewoks, sorry.
alright.
Your brother Dan.
I'm Dan. My brother's name is Jeff.
Right, your brother Jeff made this picture that's going to be the thumbnail for this video.
Yeah,
And I'd like to thank him for making it.
yeah.
And Ewoks do suck, but not the actors that play Ewoks.
Yeah, not Warwick Davis.
Yeah,
he played Leprechaun.
Yeah,
He went to Juilliard to
Yeah.
study that role.
Yeah, but he was no. You don't make fun of him. He played in one of the most
I might hold
iconic
him in the highest
regard.
Yeah. Alright, so there's gonna be a video here.
Okay.
You want to pause it and watch it, or?
This is gonna cost you a crate load of money you don't have.
As long as I'm around to pay you, I don't care.
My sentiments exactly.
Mine too!
Alright, we're back. We saw the video. Let's continue.
Alright, so this fight is kind of like, it's not, these last two fights are kind of, they're not that exciting, but they're kind of difficult. So, I don't really even think I need any of this stuff.
Might as well put force stuff on. Yeah, you might as well absorb force, right? Persuade, you might be able to persuade the last bosses to not kill you.
Yeah, please don't kill me.
Yeah, please,
Waving my hands frantically.
Alright, so we did this part. And now, Dan, we're gonna watch this.
I can't abide this creature named Bond.
I can't
He is
abide
one
me.
of the few that actually uses two lightsabers in battle. He is a crude individual that lacks both tact and teeth.
Yeah.
Only a dark Jedi can he be.
So he just jumps back and forth at you, and I try to like let him jump over me, and I slash him on the way over. And I feel like that's the best way I've found to fight him.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. He just jumps around like a madman.
Like some sort of bug.
Yeah. And I just try to slash at his feet, and then I'll shoot at you every once in a while with these, you know, with these like giant orbs.
You know what the thing is, Dan, is that, like, you just saved your broad, lady.
Yep.
And this guy's not that, like... I feel like he's got two lightsabers. I feel like he's got two lightsabers, but he doesn't really use them good.
Yeah, he just light. Yeah, he just jumps around.
He might as well have lightsaber shoes or something.
Yeah, light shoes.
Yeah, and they work or something, you know what I'm saying? Like when they jump, like moon shoes, but different. I was watching. This has nothing to do with this, but I was watching because I used to like watching video what the hell is it? Game show bloopers and just stupid answers.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching one time where it was this game on Nickelodeon called Take a Picture or something like that. Anywho's, what ended up happening on that one was this kid, the guy asked, he's like, oh, what element did Icarus steal or whoever steal from Zeus or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the kids said the Bible. and then the guy was like, no, the Bible is incorrect. And I just laughed my ass off. But yeah, kids in game shows are real dumb.
Yay, I beat him.
Nice job.
He's really happy to be dying.
He's probably he's ready to take that giant dump, Dan.
Yeah. Oh
Anyway.
no, I think it's another cutscene.
Yeah, but you know what, Dan? We're gonna save that cutscene for the next episode.
Alright.
So we'll be back in the next episode.
Yay.
Bye bye.